They're outing us.
Um, mm,
I am so sorry.
okay.
Right, so I hope, oh no, I don't want to have to ask you to repeat, but I basically got what you were saying that regarding the expansion plan, um, that you're just focusing on these four regarding just to improve capacity building and awareness.
And also data availability.
Okay, great. All right. So
And
in
then we're going to expand the
Mhm.
capacity building part towards the other islands.
Okay, okay,
Mm-hmm.
great. Do you have any advice for this year's cohort of the CCJLA program, based on your experiences, based on your experience in the program, and how to make the most out of their participation, even for the ones going to COP and not going to COP?
Yeah, I think that I'm probably just going to reiterate what I said before. I know that there's so much, like so many side events that they're going to go through. They're going to do all this research about what people to connect with, like in the cop space. I think what was really most helpful to me and just for them to keep in mind is like get to know the people in your cohort, like hang out with them, have a little party sometimes. Like I just think that's so, so, so important. And like genuinely the way that like our cohort is like together. I know that we just got so close and like for the people not in person, I think that sometimes there's like two people from the same island who are selected. So just like making an effort to meet up with them, put a face to the name. I think that's just like what I would recommend. Because I think what Oriana said, like sometimes it feels really lonely in the space, in the Caribbean space, to feel like you're working on this and that you feel like no one else is doing this. But I think having that kind of community around you is just so, so valuable.
Yeah,
Great.
I agree.
Oriana?
Indeed, connecting to people genuinely to understand each other's challenges and see where potentially you could bring those efforts together is very important. Sometimes it's just moral support, because sometimes the challenges are so different. Like they're similar, but the consequences perhaps are different for like an activist, let's say. So in that regard, it's sometimes all you can provide is moral support, and it that can only happen if you like genuinely care about the person. So
Mm-hmm.
it's good to just during COP to actually make time to like sit together, hang out a bit and recharge as well because like I remember at COP I did so many activities and I went to so many events and I walked like I haven't walked that much in a long time. I think I was like I had blisters, and um came back with COVID. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, it was a big learning experience, but at the same time, very tiring. So, I would say like if everyone has like their goal, right? Like I wanted to get myself out there. I wanted to understand Aruba's position within the kingdom because I was going as part of the Dutch delegates group that
Mm-hmm.
allowed us to like in their party. And so for me, it was very clear that I wanted to understand our position as islands within the kingdom and why the Netherlands behaves in a certain way regarding the climate agreements.
Mm-hmm.
And so they also, by having that conversation, I could also understand how I was supposed to behave as a citizen in the sense like, where can I put pressure? Where can I ask questions? Where
Mm-hmm.
should I be focusing my efforts on locally? Other people were like interested in negotiations because they have the dream of becoming a negotiator one day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then they would go to the meetings where negotiations would actually take place, where the text would be revised, and I think I didn't go to not one meeting regarding that, like
Yes.
so it was it is perhaps part of the goal, but I didn't have the chance, or I didn't take the chance to attend those types of meetings.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say just set a goal for yourself for COP, and then make sure one of those goals includes developing deeper connections with the cohorts
Mm-hmm.
and actually spending time with people. Like I think with people from my room every day, I spend time with one of them, like
Right.
independently, and like a whole day, just sitting with that person and going to events. And
Mm-hmm.
then we would all come together in the evening and converse and, just hang out. And we also had a party in a room. So then
In the room.
yeah, so all the other cohort, all the other cohort members came to our room together with their island folk, island youth, and we just had like a mini party in our room. Like we didn't have any alcohol, because it was Dubai. So it
So
was
it all
like
depended
the
on your
soberest
vibes.
party ever.
Yeah, fully vibes.
That sounds fun. That sounds fun. All right. Um, is there anything specific that you would say to them that, to the cohort to prepare prior to COP, before reaching to COP? Is there anything that they should get together, pre-COP preparations? You have any advice for that?
Definitely. They should have sneakers, like glam sneakers to go
Yes.
to COP, because you have to be very comfortable while you're walking up and down. And especially if you're going to present at events or really want to be part of an event, then you have to like really know your way around and just walk really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So just have very comfortable shoes, I would say, is like the main one, and then have their goals ready. Sometimes you don't know how your day will be filled, but if you have your goals ready, you can just look at the agenda of the day and then make a quick selection.
Mm-hmm.
I would say those two are the main ones, and have fun.
And have fun.
Yeah, don't get too depressed.
Right, right, right. Muskaan, you have any last thing to share on that?
I think fully agree with Oriana. I had two pairs of sneakers that I rotated between. Did not even attempt to wear heels or flats. I also like spent a couple of days before my flight to Dubai writing out my intentions for COP, like what energy I'm going in with, what are my goals, what am I hoping to get out of it. And then I think that just relates to preparation. I was just spending some time like researching more things about my island so I could be as prepared if people ask me questions or, what I wanted to talk about. Because there's gonna be some times where you almost have to like give a pitch, like what do you work on, what are you passionate about, because people literally ask you like what are you hoping to get out of this conference. So
Mm-hmm.
having some sort of answers to those questions is really helpful. And yeah, I think I really really agree with Oriana's thing of what are your goals, because it's a really really overwhelming space. And you can get lost in it, like physically, but also
Mm-hmm.
like mentally.
Mm-hmm.
So just keeping a mind of all of that and like having, the UN links ready with the agendas and stuff. Those were things I discovered in the moment. I did
Mm-hmm.
not know that there was like a whole like online website for an agenda. So I think all of that would be helpful. And then also like just connecting with other youth. There was this really awesome like kickback space for youth and civil society at COP. I hope that they have one this year.
Mm-hmm.
Just going to that whenever you need a break. There's safe spaces that they can find.
To accommodate them. Well, thank you so much for your time. And of course, I wanted to ask if it's okay for us to use parts of this recording for a social media post.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I
Yes,
would like to add
wonderful.
one more thing, by the way.
Yes.
Another meaningful action that came out of us attending COP was that we linked up to the World Youth for Climate Justice. And by doing so, we actually helped restore communication between the Ministry of International Relations of the Netherlands and the ministries or departments of international relations on the Cass Islands. So that's Curacao, Aruba, and St. Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Like if and were that was like one of our first actions together, together with also Ridi Santani from last year.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would say also for the Caribbean youth who are going to COP to
Mm-hmm.
try and attend their events, you know, because they're very empowering. Like they will touch base on anything from Escazú agreements to ICJ, um, any proceedings that might be happening, you know, any updates.
Mm-hmm.
And then Caribbean youth can also participate within the international regional space.
Great. Thanks for that, Orianna. Well, we are now at the end of the interview, and I want to say thank you so much and all the best on your initiative. And if at all you want to be part of a virtual session, you can let me know as well, just in case any opportunity comes up.
Yeah, that'd be
Thank you,
great.
Grace.
And we will definitely be in contact with Island Innovation regarding the project and like any phases that are completed and, you know, sharing
Yes,
milestones and whatnot.
sure. Yes, because you know that we ha also have the newsletter that we
Yeah.
could also share updates, to get it more out there. So
No,
all the
perfect.
best.
Thank you. Thank you,
All
Grace. It was
right.
very nice meeting you.
Sure.
Yeah,
Take
nice to
care.
meet you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.